Update, we got lost. We lost our guide. We were supposed to go 4.2 miles today. We're at like 6 because we had to turn around and go straight back uphill. So day 1, my feet hurt. Everything hurts. We still have an 11-mile coming up in 2 days. So tip number 1 for backpacking: don't lose your guide on day 1. It's Abby. This is my first YouTube video, but I couldn't resist but to create a video from our trip we just got back from. We backpacked the Pacific Crest Trail, a part of it. It ended up being about 42 miles, carrying 40 pounds on our back. It was crazy and honestly the hardest thing I've ever done, but also the most rewarding. So I wanted to create a little video of each day and show you guys how beautiful it was, how difficult it was. My feet are still recovering. I have about 5 blisters, bruised bones on both my feet. With all that being said, it was amazing. So day 1, we showed up to the company. We did a guided tour with one guide. So we showed up there, we got our food packed, they checked our equipment, made sure that we weren't missing anything. We packed our tents up. It actually took about 3.5 hours before we actually got into the van to go to the trailhead.
Do we need our packs in here? And are we taking everything out?
I use my puffer jacket.
Alright, so I know that was a short clip, but as you can see, that was a little garage where we got everything packed. It was a short clip because I was honestly so nervous and having so much anxiety about what was just about to happen that's literally all I got. Once we got all packed up, we got in the van and drove up. It was about 1 hour and 15 minutes to the trailhead. We had made sandwiches in that little garage just before, because we had to eat lunch that day. So by the time we got to the trailhead, we were all starving and didn't even start hiking before we ate our lunches. So from there, I will just roll the footage from the first day, us getting lost, not once, but twice, and the beautiful campsite that we ended up at. Pre-start meal.
I'll catch up the rear. Okay. So if you get to a break, so I take the rear. If you get to a split in the trail, wait for me. Okay. I said I'm gonna take the rear so that my philosophy is that if somebody is in the back and they follow the break a leg and I don't notice,
you'll notice. Yeah.
Yeah. So I always take the rear. If you get to a point where the trail splits.
Mom, say hi.
Well,
say hi. 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 Look how happy we are now.
That's exaggerating. We're not that happy right now.
Already in pain a little bit. Haven't started.
Oh,
we already went the wrong way. We haven't even started.
I just accidentally left it on time exposure, so I just stand there for 10 seconds while I took a picture.
Update, we got lost. We lost our guide. We were supposed to go 4.2 miles today. We're at like 6 because we had to turn around and go straight back uphill. So day 1, my feet hurt. Everything hurts. We still have an 11-mile coming up in 2 days. So tip number 1 for backpacking: don't lose your guide on day 1. Okay. Second update. We found the guide. She came to find us. 0.5 miles away, but we walked an extra 2 uphill and almost to the lake.
Oh my gosh, there's a snake.
It's okay. It's a little garter snake. Is it the green one?
I don't know.
Is it the little green one with the yellow line?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's a little garter snake. It won't hurt you.
Necessities. Oh, mine's closed.
Yeah, but you couldn't download it now.
Yeah, true. I carry books on my phone.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing like warm white wine. We are in our tent. Everything has to be in here, so our bags are stacked. And we will be snuggling very close together tonight. Are you excited?
Yes, so excited.
And hopefully the bears don't get us. What else do you want to say?
That's all.
Okay. All right, so that was the end of day one. Clearly we were cuddled very close together. I maybe slept 2 hours that night. I was so freaked out because you hear literally everything. You hear every critter, the wind blows, and you're like, there's a bear outside my tent. We did the whole bear hangs, as you saw. So we hung the food up, and then you just like go in your tent and sleep on the ground and just like hope bears don't get you. I was definitely overthinking everything, of course, but it was the first night, okay? It got better. Since our bodies were used to Central Time, we did go to bed around like 8:15 almost every night, except the first night because we had to get everything set up. First morning, we woke up closer to 7 because we were just doing a day hike that day. The next few days we woke up around like 6:15 just because our bodies felt like 8. So yeah, let's go to day 2. Day 2, bad news. My feet. So swollen. Gonna tape them up, keep going. Day 2. What are you most excited for?
I don't like cilantro.
I thought it was a picture.
So excited. What are you most excited for?
Promontory Point and another swim in the lake.
Swim in the lake and sitting in my chair.
Are you bringing it? Lookout point.
Yay.
Wait, is it? Can you see it?
I see it.
Hey. Who's tired?
kind of tired. I'm waving.
How are you doing?
I'm hungry.
What time is it right now?
7. Probably 4.
5:39.
Oh my god. I'm so tired.
Okay, what are you eating tonight for dinner?
Ginger chicken stir fry with rice. But on Sunday I'm having pizza.
And a little bit of Fireball.
And a little bit of Fireball and a little bit of wine.
We can't clean it in the water.
Oh yeah, now that'll be a great visual.
I asked the guy, he was like, yes, yes it is.
I also asked him.
Okay, then we seal it back up, and there's something
I couldn't tell if
that should not have been in there.
Start more than that.
Okay. I just want to get it closed up soon.
Okay, yeah, close it.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
End of day 2. I'm so tired. 11-day hike tomorrow. My feet are really bad. Fingers crossed they'll be okay. Good night. Okay, clearly I'm tired because I said 11-day hike. 11-hour hike. Good night. Still awake because this dang hornet will not get out of the tent. So loud. Nature, man, nature. So yes, I know I was being slightly dramatic with the noises in my tent, but when you're out there and that's all you hear, it's pretty crazy. But it was such an amazing day. The hike was about 7 miles. Luckily, we just had our day packs on because we were staying at the same campsite the second night. So it was much lighter. All we had in there was a water bladder and some snacks, which if you saw those pickles, if you're ever going backpacking, pickles, oh my gosh, the saltiness and the crunchiness, best snack I had the whole trip. It was just such an amazing day. It was a pretty hard hike, so that's why we were grateful for the day packs, just because it was very hilly. We had to climb over logs and rocks and that sort of thing, but it was so worth it. Once we got back, we ate dinner. You could see those MREs we ate. I'll get to that at the end. Not my favorite thing in the world. Also really not appetizing to look at either, but it's okay, we made do. It was just truly an incredible day. I was feeling super grateful by the end of it, even though it hurt and we were exhausted. But we had a big day ahead of us the next day, so we got to bed pretty early and had to wake up early because we had to pack up all our stuff and load up because we were moving campsites. So I will show you guys day 3. It was about 12 miles. It hurt bad, but our guide said at the beginning, it's not backpacking unless you suffer a little bit. Day 3,
On the trail,
11
back at
miles.
it. 11 miles ahead to go today.
My feet.
Oh wait, 10 miles to go today.
10 miles to go.
10 miles to go. Day 3, PCT. We got this.
Say hi. Hi, Brooke. Hey, Alyssa. I just peed on the side of the trail.
Oh good, for the video.
We have 10 to go. That's it.
10 to go. Wait, is that
Yeah, we
my
just hit a mile. We got this.
So we're going to Timothy Lake today.
How long did that take us?
Twin Lakes to Timothy Lake. First mile took us 25 minutes, and a lot of it was uphill.
Perfect. Okay, go ahead. So
We have downhill for the next little bit, but okay. Peace.
Wait, we probably won't be smiling later.
Take this mental image now. My feet are killing me, but last day in Morone today was amazing. It was amazing. We did about 12 miles. I'm so blessed by this group of people that I'm doing this with. It's been super treat. About 5 to 6 miles tomorrow, and a cold beer awaits. Day 3. It was so hard. Such a long day, but by far my favorite day because you had so much time to look around and really take in everything around you. A lot of the woods honestly looked like you were on a movie set. Like I felt like I was in Avatar. It was crazy. I also have to add in that the company we went with, there was about 22 people total, but we were separated into 2 groups. So one group was going south, which was our group. The other group was going north. So that group stayed at Timothy Lake where we were spending our last night, and we stayed at Twin Lakes for 2 nights, so we were changing. We crossed over to keep going south for the 12 miler on like mile 3, and someone passed us on the trail and said, hey, there's been a fire at Timothy Lake, like just make sure you're watching it, whatever. So we start walking up and it's all smoke, like you could see smoke for miles. So I started freaking out. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're walking towards a fire. Our guide looked it up on her phone, everything was okay. But we ended up crossing the other group at about mile 6.5. They had to move back 2 miles from their campsite because the fire was only 1 mile away. So all night and all day they were watching helicopters come in with the big buckets and like swooping up water from the lake to put this fire out. Thank goodness no one was harmed or anything. They contained the fire, and by the time we got to Timothy Lake, it was actually totally clear and no smoke. The fire was put out. There were fire trucks at the lake still filling up water, which was pretty wild. We were really lucky that the fire was put out and we were fine to camp at our normal campsite. So at this point, we only had 1 day left. We spent our last night at Timothy Lake just talking about how incredible the trip was, our highs and lows, how grateful we were for this trip and nature and disconnecting and all of that. And then we woke up the next day and we had about 6 miles to go, and I was so ready. My feet hurt and I was ready to be done. But here is day 4, last and final day on the PCT. Last day. Last day. Okay. 5 5 miles to go.
All right, we got this.
We did it. Yes. We did it. Oh, finished. How you feeling? Gotta find the car.
Gotta pee.
No cars in sight. Shoot.
Lift my arms.
Okay.
And Callie and her safari.
Post-hike lunch.
I tried to check myself in the mirror
Yum.
and think,
Cheers. Cheers. We did it. They took us to get a cold beer and a nice lunch after, which was amazing to have real food. And from there, we went back to the hotel and iced feet and just talked about how incredible the trip was. All in all, I know I've said it a billion times, but I'm so grateful for this trip. I'm grateful for the group of people that went on it. I'm grateful for my mom making me go because I was so nervous about it that I didn't want to go at first. And just the time spent in nature, disconnected from social media, from comparing yourself, from just seeing anything you don't want to see. I just learned so much, not only about myself, but about nature and this world in general. Knowing that you're capable of something that you don't originally think that you're capable of is something super empowering and kind of a metaphor for life. It doesn't just need to be hiking, it could be literally anything. So put yourself out there, take a risk, and just trust that you are capable of doing hard things. Doing hard things is very rewarding. I can't even describe the feeling when we finished. So that's a wrap. If you made it this far, thanks for watching my video. Now I'm gonna go ice my feet and hope my blisters go away soon. Also, MREs, bring beef jerky. Bye.